To put up plasterboard, you will need the following items: a pencil for marking out measurements on the plasterboard, a tape measure for measuring all areas of the workspace and plasterboard, a level. This is to ensure that all work surfaces are level and straight, a Stanley knife for cutting the plasterboard, a hammer and clout nails. This is for fixing the plasterboard to the wooden framework, a clad saw when the edges of the plasterboard need to be removed, a rasp. This is for rasping the edges of the plasterboard to achieve smooth and clean edges, a trestle for extra height to plaster ceilings and high walls. Before you begin any job, you must analyze the area in which you intend to plaster and prepare the surface accordingly. On a great deal of new projects, you will find it necessary to board out the walls and ceilings with plasterboard, which can then be directly plastered to. For plastering to an existing surface, prepare it using PVA Unibond. Mix 50-50 with water and apply to surfaces. This reduces the risk of cracking. Please note, apply the plaster straight after you have applied the PVA. Do not allow the PVA to dry. For this tutorial, we will be working with a new project, and it will take you through the process of boarding out the walls and bonding surfaces where necessary. Plasterboard has two distinctive sides. One side is darker than the other, and you will need to use the lighter side. This means that when you fix the plasterboard to the walls, the surface showing needs to be the lighter side. You will need to board up your ceiling first, and then proceed to your walls. To start, take your tape measure and measure the sizes of your ceiling. If you are unable to cover the length of a wall or ceiling with a single panel, then you will need to measure and fix the plasterboard between suitable joists. Start from the corner of a wall and measure to the center of an appropriate joist. Once we have our measurements, we apply it to the plasterboard. First, we mark the length 3 times on the plasterboard with a pencil. One at the top, one at the bottom, and one in the middle. We will then take our level up our 3 points and mark a straight line through these points. We then take our Stanley knife and set up our level along the pencil line. Minding our fingers, we run a straight cut through the plasterboard. Then we move to the other side of the board. Gently fold the plasterboard towards you by kicking the cut line, and then run a cut with your Stanley knife straight up through the plasterboard. Any lumps or rough edges on the plasterboard need to be removed using the rasp. Lightly run the rasp up and down, cleaning the edge of the board until you are happy with the finish. We recommend you wear steel toe-cap boots throughout, as plasterboard panels are extremely heavy, and having unprotected feet will soon put an end to your job in the event of an accident. Now we can fix the board to the ceiling. To fix the plasterboard, simply line the board to the wall, and using the clout nails, hammer the board to the timber frame, starting in the corner of the plasterboard. You would then space out your nails roughly every 14 inches, making sure that there is no movement in the plasterboard. These are the guidelines on how to put up plasterboard, whether it is your ceiling or your walls. Mark a straight line on your plasterboard. Run a cut through the line. Go to the other side of the plasterboard and give it a break. Run your blade up the back. Use a rasp to clean up the edge. Place your board into the work area. Nail the plasterboard on in 14-inch gaps